If you've ever left a comment on a forum, video, or social media asking, how can I get better at this game quickly, only to be replied with, get good, you've come to the right video telling you how to get good as fast as possible. Here are my top 5 tips to get good fast. My name is Nathan, and this is Blizzard Guides. These are going to be quick, simple, and easy tips to adopt fast, focusing more on your mentality and decisions as a player more than actually just mechanics. I use these exact tips myself to get out of Plat and Diamond and into High Masters and GM, so these are tried and true tips, at least for me. Just always keep them in mind while you play, even write them down somewhere nearby, and you'll be getting up that ladder in no time. Coming in at number 5, learn your role and do your job. This one is definitely the most important one out of all of these, so I'm putting it at number 5 so you see it quickly. Just know that this is the one that you should keep in mind the most. The biggest mistake I see players in Bronze all the way up to even High Diamond is players just not playing their roles. You have to learn what your utility to your team is, so what you should be doing and where you should provide the most value, and commit to that. If you're playing Ryan, don't try and go for huge picks and go deep into the enemy lines. Even if you probably will get away with it and you'll be able to get that pick and get out alive, you'll have left your team behind without protection to be killed even quicker than if you had been there, being either a physical barrier or a meat shield for your team. If you're playing a ranged DPS or hit scan like McCree, Soldier, Widow, or Hanzo, don't play up front literally face tanking for your team. Opt to take a few seconds to go to high ground and shoot from a safe position. If you're playing support, don't try and go for kills, just focus on healing first, and then if you're 100% sure that none of your teammates are in any risk of dying, maybe go for a kill. Always focus on playing your role first, and then if you're completely sure that you can branch out, do so while being constantly ready to return to your role. And to go in tandem with the last point at number 4, just play it safe. The biggest mistake you can make in Overwatch is dying. It's stupidly simple, but it's the most important thing that a bunch of players ignore. You can't fulfill your role if you're dead. This tip is actually the easiest to implement, but it's something that you have to be constantly thinking about, but you'll immediately see improvements once you do. As a matter of fact, back when I was learning to play DPS in Diamond, this is the tip that got me to High Masters on my DPS account. I had always gone for the hero plays where I tried to get triple, quad, or even bigger multi-kills, but I didn't realize at the time that this was the reason I couldn't climb so quickly. The moment that I started applying the knowledge I had from playing tank and support in GM, I achieved a significantly higher rank on my DPS account. Seriously pay attention to sightlines, to your positioning, and to your teammates, and more specifically your healers, no matter what role you're on. If you know the enemy has a tracer and you're playing Zen, don't play far away from your healer or by yourself. You'll only be a free pick for that tracer. If you play it safe and play close to your allies, you'll probably be able to get the kill on the tracer yourself, netting a better chance for your team. Similarly, if you're on tank and you're by yourself and your team just lost, there's no reason to extend and die and feed ult charge. You can just fall back and return to spawn and wait for another recontest, push, or defense. Dying is going to be your worst enemy, and always be afraid of death lurking around the corner. Speaking of sticking with your team, at number 3, a short one but a strong one. Just simply let your supports heal you. Even if you're playing support yourself, don't be afraid to ask your healer to heal you if you're playing near him or her. If you constantly keep line of sight with your healers, you won't die as much, and depending on the skill of your support, you'll be able to get out there a bit more and do more damage and go for those hero plays. Also, don't pick up health packs if your healer is able to heal you. That 250 HP health pack is 10% of a Mercy's ult, which while at first may not seem like a lot, doing that over the course of a match could mean a Valkyrie saving your team at the last second. Each little bit of ult charge matters a ton in Overwatch. At number 2, another quick but important tip, just don't jump so much. This is one that I personally still struggle with to this day, and it matters much more the higher that you climb, but it is applicable throughout all ratings. Jumping just makes you too predictable. If you strafe, you'll find that you avoid damage much quicker, as strafing causes you to travel more sporadically, increasing your survivability no matter what role you're on. If you jump, you go in an arc which is super predictable and super easy to hit. If you think players at your elo can't hit you when you jump in an arc like that, then you probably haven't seen how predictable it really is. Just simply don't jump spam as much as you can. Try and strafe a little bit here and there, and use jumping whenever it is absolutely necessary, but really learn and hone down on strafing as much as possible. And last but not least, at number 1, wait for ultimate combos. I'm not talking about learning to combo your ultimates. You've probably already heard that tip a million times. What I'm talking about is easier. Just wait to hold your ult for a better use and wait for the combos. I can't stress it enough. I see way too many players get tired of holding onto their Hanzo Dragon and use it whenever the Zarya is at 60% ult charge. Your Zarya will get her ult before you get your dragons back, and then nobody has combo, and your Zarya probably won't wait either. Rather than using your ult to get that one kill on the enemy's McCree, save your ultimate for the round-winning 6-man Grav Dragon combo. Even if your Zarya messes her Grav up, the mere chance is more valuable than the few picks that you can get with your ultimate alone. And this doesn't just simply apply to Grav Dragon. I'm using this as an example because it is relevant and easy to understand. Save your ultimates for other teammates' ultimates, even if they might not necessarily have that much synergy. If you can't get a guaranteed value out of your ultimate, then there's just no reason to waste it by itself. So just save it until your team uses their ultimates as well, so that you can get even more value out of it. Even if your ultimate doesn't have that much inherent value to itself, something like Roadhog's ultimate and McCree's High Noon, you'll be able to use it in tandem with other ultimates that might not seem like they combo to get way more value out of them than just using them themselves. Oh, and a bonus tip, just go over to your settings and turn allied health bars on. Even if you play DPS, knowing who is low on your team is super valuable. Learn to rely on it. Anyway, that's all I have for this guide. Let me know if you have any other useful tips for other players. I'll be sure to heart your comment, and if you want any sort of guides in the future, don't hesitate to leave a comment requesting it. A lot of our guides are inspired by your questions and comments, so please leave a comment if that's what you're looking for. Also, if you like what we're doing here and you want to see more, leave a like to let us know you want to see more videos like this, and if you really enjoyed this one, get subscribed and notified by hitting the bell icon so that you never miss an upload. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a nice day. My name is Nathan, and this was Blizzard Guides.